All right, getting started, guys. Been going on since the beginning of President Trump's inauguration. The Hoosier State of Indiana, fields working hard, working in middle America has man, it's crazy. It's a lot of immigration over there. Undocumented people over there that's been arrested. It says so far 1,400 people been arrested in the state of Indiana. That's amazing. There's nothing really in Indiana, guys, besides Indianapolis, Indiana, and a couple of small towns. That's a flat state, middle state. There's nothing but that many people that was there that's undocumented. That's crazy. They had arrested 1,400. What is your opinion? Leave a comment down below. Let's get into this. Find out what's going on in Indiana, one of the heartland states.
Federal immigration authorities are arresting and deporting a growing number of illegal immigrants in Indiana. This comes as the Trump administration cracks down on illegal border crossings. News 10's Ben Verbanek explains how many deportations are happening and what role local authorities are playing in the process.
Roughly 1,400 illegal immigrants in Indiana have either been arrested or deported since President Trump took office in January of this year. That number represents an 80% increase compared to the same time last year. Those numbers come from the Deportation Data Project and are accurate as of June 26th. This means that the numbers as of August 1st could be substantially higher. Recently, it was announced that Camp Atterbury will be used to hold illegal immigrant detainees, including those captured here in the Hoosier State. But what role do local authorities play in the deportation process? Recently, ICE established the 287G program. This allows ICE to delegate state and local law enforcement officers the authority to perform certain functions to assist ICE. Sergeant Matt Ames with the Indiana State Police confirms to me that ISP does plan to enter into a 287G agreement with ICE and will be assisting and complying with all federal immigration efforts. Per federal law, the Vigo County Sheriff's Office will also be responsible for reporting suspected illegal immigrants to ICE.
When illegal immigrants are brought into our facility, we notify the federal authorities as the law requires. And again, then it's in their hands when they want to come pick them up. Obviously, if they're being held on local charges, that may delay the process.
Sheriff Fell tells me that there are currently 5 illegal immigrants in custody at the Vigo County Jail. Among them is the Candlewood Suites murder suspect, Wilson Chavez. Chavez is facing local charges for murder and is scheduled to stand trial in August. Reporting in Terre Haute, I'm Ben Verbanek.
This is crazy, guys. What's happening? What's going on? What's up? Indiana, small state, big state landmass, but small population. What's going on, man? It's crazy. What's happening in the state of Indiana? We heard about Chicago. We thought that everybody's going to move to. They're going to move. The president's going to send everybody to Chicago, the National Guard. But then we heard about. We got a little swift from Milwaukee. We thought something was going to happen in Milwaukee. Then they end up going to Memphis. But now check this out. Indiana they arrested 1,400 people that's in this country illegal, in America illegal, undocumented. That's amazing. What is your opinion? This is getting crazy, man. Can you imagine how many in all the states, and let's look, Wyoming, South Dakota, North Dakota, all these states that you think there's not nobody that's there. There's hundreds. Looking at Indiana, I assume there's 100,000 uh, undocumented people there. What is your opinion? Leave me a message below. Let me know what you think. This is crazy. Guy is being charged with murder. I ain't from this country, man. Murdering Americans. What's going on with this? Do you guys know what's happening in Mexico right now? The Mexican people are not playing. They're kicking the undocumented Africans out, the undocumented Guatemalans, undocumented everybody Venezuelans. They're not bringing. The Mexican government is serious about it. They're cutting off the southern border from Guatemala to Mexico. They're not playing. The president of Mexico is not putting her foot down. The Mexican people is stepping up. The citizens are stepping up. Ain't playing. They tired, man. You listen what they're saying. I'm gonna do a document. I'm gonna do a video on that next. That's amazing what's going down in Mexico. It's crazy. They're not playing. I respect Mexico as a nation. They don't play with their immigration. They don't play. They help where they can, but when it started affecting the Mexican citizens, them people were getting up. I'm gonna put one video up and show you guys where the people were blocking our park and kicking out undocumented illegal people, and that was taking over resources from the Mexican citizens of that area. They were blocking off that. They had to send the police in. The federal government had to, Mexican federal government had to come in and block that for the help of the illegal document, because the Mexican citizens was getting tired. They was kicking things out, turning things down, people property and stuff. They wanted their parks back. They wanted their little areas back. And the Mexican people was like, no, we're not having this. Y'all gotta move. Get up out of here. We want our kids to play in the park. We want our kids to walk. We want the elderly to sit in the park. The elderly Mexican citizens to sit. We want we want everything back to normal for the Mexican citizens. And since our government is not stepping in how we need it right now, we're going to step in and do it. And that's when they start doing it, man. They start tearing down where all these people are at. These people from Central America, these people from Africa, around the world. Is like, hey, keep moving. You're not gonna sit here and drain our resources that we need. So you can imagine what's happening in Indiana. This is America, but people don't realize America's a big territory, and it has areas that don't have a lot of infrastructure. There is infrastructure connected to the United States, but what it offers for the people, 1,400 people is there illegally. They got to be where the university is, around the university cities. But most of it is farmland. Indiana's spread out. So how do they survive there? How do they make it? What's going on? This is crazy. Got murderers and dude murder. This is crazy. I don't know what to think. But Indiana is a very beautiful state. I've been there many times. I passed through there many times. The airport. I drove through there, visit 8, 9, talk to the locals. Um, it's amazing. It's American. So I met people from Indiana out here on the West Coast. It was amazing just to meet different people and see what they're from and their lifestyles. But I didn't know they had this much problem in the state of Indiana. That's crazy. 1,400 people were arrested. What is your opinion? What do you think? Leave a comment down below. Let me know. I would like to know what do you think about this? Because this is truly it's crazy. And now they got a new law. Since the Supreme Court rendered down that they gave total authority to the federal government over immigrations, U.S. immigrations. So now they can bypass certain things, I assume, and now police departments are signing up to work with the ICE and immigration uh, and support them with detainees that's in their jails, because like we know in Chicago and other cities and what we could own the sanctuary cities, they've been letting people out of jail without telling nobody, and they're undocumented, and they commit more crimes in many states and cities, and it seems like nobody cared. But now with this rendering from the Supreme Court, now the I guess the lower level police departments can link up and act in support of ICE and get these people out of the system, out of the country, back to where they can go and figure out what they want to do with their life, and then come in a proper way. If we need that type of people here in the United States, I wish everybody the best. I don't wish nothing bad on no one, but at the same time, you can't come in and take over a country and then tell people that they need to support you. You got to support yourself. You go look at immigration over below the last 30, 40 years. People just come in this country. They used to work hard. Let's say 50 years. They used to work hard. This is a privilege. It's not you don't deserve to be in this country. You don't break in a country and then say what you deserve. This is a privilege that you've been here. Uh, try to make the best of the opportunity that you forced and before you get out on. No one deserves bad treatment, but no one deserves to have their country and their tax dollars being shifted around to support somebody that boldly came in the country because you, for your better life, that's your decision, that's your life, that's not the American people's life. We got our system going on here. This is America. Like that's Mexico. Mexico ain't playing. That's a Mexico. That's for the Mexican people. They don't play Canada. So all this fake nice stuff people are doing. The truth is, you got to do it the correct way because the system is set up for the population that is there, and we need immigration. Some we not need, but we could use some of immigration, but it's done the proper way. What do we need? What areas do we need? Where we're lacking efficiency at, and we can support so many. But when you got millions of people pouring across all borders and trying to do what they want to do, you got this rolling influx, and a lot of these people, the rich is not coming in. It's really the poor from other nations. So, we need to bring poor people in here where we got enough poor in our own country. So it's bringing a heavy burden, and then these other cities are giving them opportunities and benefits that they don't supposed to get. You came into the border country, you work hard, you build yourself up, you keep your mouth shut. If I go to Mexico or Canada, I work hard. If I did that, I keep myself mouth shut. I have a skill. I'm not going to no country with nothing. Just I'm willing to work. That doesn't work. You gotta have something to offer. You gotta have some already tangible skill set to give. Outside that, you're bringing poverty. You're bringing strict poverty to a nation, and that's my opinion on that. What's your opinion? You feel like it? Please leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. But this is crazy. It's amazing when you see it. All right, we're gonna stop this video without further ado, and we're gonna get into the next video.